Firstly, let's acknowledge the changes going on in the retail industry. Retail is not dead, far from it. The lines in retail are blurring, and brands are having to explore new ways to engage with their customers. Customers' preferences are changing as well. Today, customers are buying the experience, not just the product. We've all heard the rumors about retail being dead, and we know they are not true. Yes, stores are closing, but many more stores are opening, and they're offering experiences that will capture customers' attentions and their wallet share. People are becoming millennially minded, and it's creating opportunities for startups and pushing established companies to adapt, because they know if they can create customer-based, unique, and experience-focused retail, they will attract consumers across generations. LS Retail can help you take advantage of this trend, grow with your business, and help you take it to the next level. We can support you as your brand evolves, regardless of the avenue you want to go down. Whether you want to expand your physical presence, broaden your online offerings, branch into hospitality, or offer new customer experiences. And how we can do all of this while being completely connected to deliver a truly seamless, engaging, and personalized customer experience. This is how it works. Imagine I want to set up a small store. I'm passionate about fashion, and I want to develop my own boutique, stocking independent clothing designers and work from local artisans. Allow me to introduce to you Karason's Boutique. Thank you. I find some premises in a lively fashion shopping area. The location is perfect. It's near a busy street where a lot of customers walk by every day. The size is good as well. Not too small, not too big. Perfect for an inspiring fashion retailer like me. After a careful consideration, I decided to use LS Central for my operation. It's easy to get started. The cloud is a perfect starting point for me because I don't want to spend a lot of money on infrastructure. And because I use the LS Central rapid implementation framework, I'm able to get up and running quickly. So far, so good. I started small, just one POS, but with integrated payments via LS Pay, of course. This setup suits me well. Transactions are quick, and most of my customers use cards, so I don't have to manage a lot of cash anyway. I'm open for business, and customers love what I have to offer. They choose to come into my store and shop with me. And I'm a few months in, and the store is doing well. Sales are on the rise, and I've helped employ some staff to help serve customers. At certain times, especially the weekends, the store gets really busy. And I decide to add a mobile POS that integrates with my payment system to help serve more customers and capture all sales opportunities. It doesn't take long for my staff to get to know regular customers and recommend items that they think they would like. This builds up a personal relationship and makes my customers feel valued. Naturally, these customers keep coming back. I want to reward them for their loyalty and send them personalized offers. So I start using the loyalty functions within LS Central, the member management module, to keep track of my customers and reward them with points. Now it's getting really exciting. Customers are spreading the word around my store, and I'm attracting visitors from further afield. Many ask if I have a web store too. It's something I've been considering for a while, so I look into it properly and find that because LS Central is so flexible and versatile, that I can set up a new website easily and begin trading online with a minimal of fuss and expense. What's more is that the software tracks inventory across both my channels, physical and digital. So I have a full view of what's going on, and I don't need to learn new tools or how to use new software. The online store is a huge hit, and I attract more and more customers. Even my regulars who live close by start shopping with me online, and I'm able to add click and collect functionality, allowing them to buy online, pick up, return, and exchange in the store too. But with this success comes a sticking point. I now have so many customers that I don't know them personally anymore. Yes, my staff still recognizes our regulars, but we realize that we're not offering everybody, especially our online customers, the same personalized experience. And since my staff is so good at cross-selling and upselling, it's something I want to get on top of. I add the LS Recommend engine that automatically analyzes customer shopping habits, predicts which products they may want to buy next, gives customer meaningful recommendation, and boosts store sales in the process. Another pain point I need to overcome is limited storage space. Demand for my products is far outstripping how much products I can have in the store. But again, I'm able to use the customer order functionality in LS Central to sell items online and have them shipped directly from my vendors to my customers. Now you may be thinking that my run of good fortune surely won't last forever. But out of nowhere, the store next door goes out of business. What do? I seize the opportunity and branch into a new venture. I decide to open up a concept cafe. You know, one of these cool brunch places serving great coffee, scrambled egg, smoked salmon, catch up with friends, and then after you can pop next door to shop my latest collection. At weekends, customers queue outside the door to get a table. I add support for online reservations and takeout and delivery options, which proved to be a big hit. Customers then start to ask me how we cook our signature dishes. I get requests to set up some midweek cooking classes, and encouraged by the feedback, I go for it. I manage all of this through the LS activity model. Now I take a step back, and I realize I've come up with a concept that I can extend to other locations. Business is strong, and I have the resources to open up a store in another city. But before I go ahead, I realize that I have to get my inventory processes in place. I add mobile inventory for counting and receiving, as well as automated replenishment and store stock redistribution. Adding another location for me is easy, since I'm already running in the cloud. I don't need to provision or buy any new hardware. For me, opening up a new store is simply a matter of configuration. Fast forward a few years, and now I have 10 locations, all running the same concept. My business is going from strength to strength. All my data is stored in the cloud, so I can rest assured that it's backed up securely and I can gain access to it at any time, at any place. Cloud-based tools such as Power Apps, Power BI, and Flow answer all of my business intelligence and process needs, and I feel confident that I've invested in a future-proof technology which will continue to scale and adapt to my business needs. Now, clearly, this is just a story, but it's a story that demonstrates how far a business can go and how successful it can be as long as it's willing to adapt and has the technology that can adapt and scale with it. But the reality is that many retailers struggle to do exactly this. They have to contend with complex IT systems, poorly integrated web experiences, limited social capabilities, and applications that are not designed for today's smart devices. So even if they wanted to add a new channel, open up a new location, or expand into a new industry, they are held back by rigid infrastructure, facing months of development time, costly integration projects as well. So why do we believe that the retail and hospitality business of today needs a solution to tackle these problems? Well, we believe that your brand vision should not be held back by your technology platform. If you want to succeed in retail, you have to be able to think big. You need to be able to turn your shop, your restaurant, your service station into an experience, one that will capture your customers and keep them coming back again and again. Supported by LS Retail's unified business platform, the possibilities are more or less endless. If you want to quickly expand your retail business, you can. If you want to branch out into your own restaurants, you can. And if you want to turn your brand into an experience-centric company, you can. And you can do all of this while having a complete view of the customer. Being able to do all of this in a single solution, like LS Central does, truly shows us the power and potential of unified commerce. Earlier, we talked about becoming millennially minded. But what does that really mean? If we look at these statistics, we see that millennials behave differently than the previous generations. Indeed, a study by the Harvest Group found that 72% of millennials prefer to spend more money on experiences rather than products. And they like to document and share these experiences on social media. This is big news. This is actually really big news because millennials are quickly becoming a powerhouse in consumer spending. Accenture has estimated that they will be responsible for 30% of the total retail spending in the United States by the year 2020. Yet, if this spending behavior of this group continues to change, then we must be willing to adapt. Yet although millennials have pioneered this change, this is something that affects all generations. Most people from a 20-year-old to a 70-year-old now value experiences more than actual products. You could say that the millennials are skipping ahead. Their spending habits are looking more and more like the spending habits of a generation we all know very well. The baby boomers are our parents. They've already retired or are about to retire, and they have the time to enjoy the finer things in life. My parents, for example, are both retired. They probably go out for lunch and dinner more often than I do. They take far more vacations, not necessarily long trip, a weekend here, a few days there. And they don't need a lot of new things in their lives because they already own everything. Well, not everything, but almost everything. To put this into perspective, it's getting very hard for me to buy my parents presents for either birthdays or holidays. I usually end up giving them, theater tickets, concert tickets, a stay at a bed and breakfast, a gift card to a nice new restaurant. I end up giving them experiences and not just products. So if millennials are going to jump ahead and adopt this spending behavior, then this is big news indeed. So how are we at LS Retail going to address this trend? We believe that the customers' or consumers' discretionary spending can be divided roughly into products and experiences. We've already seen how LS Retail allows retailers to sell products through a variety of channels, both physical and digital, via our unified commerce platform, which allows retailers to transform themselves from where transactions take place into something more, something exciting. But what about the experiences outside of retail? How do we address those? If we look at what we offer today, we see that our hospitality module addresses restaurants in all sizes, shapes, and forms. Since many experiences are food-related, we cover a big chunk of that segment right there. And then we have the rentals, the ticketing, the bookings, the classes, the tea times, the spa appointments, and so on, all which we can manage using our LS activity model, which leaves one big segment that we do not cover, namely property management systems, or hotel and accommodations, as they're also commonly called. Therefore, I am proud to announce that we have started the development of LS Hotels, a module that will close the gap between unified commerce and unified experiences. The first version will include features such as planning the availability of rooms, booking and integrations, check-in and check-out at the point of sale, housekeeping management, as well as reporting and auditing. LS Hotels will be like any other part of LS Central. This means that we will offer easy access to other parts of the solution, such as LS Activity for bookings, member management for loyalty, LS Pay for payments, the hospitality solution, and so on. The goal is to offer a 360-degree view of your guests throughout their stay and being able to welcome them back. Know your guests. We expect the first pilots to go live in the second half of this year with limited availability in Q4. I hope this will make you happy, Mikil. The availability of LS Hotels will allow us to close an important gap in our offerings when it comes to services and take us closer to the goal of being a one-stop shop, not only when it comes to unified commerce, but also unified experiences, creating the circle out of retail and experiences like Magnus showed us earlier. On to my final item, information, or rather how we make use of information. Since I joined the company many years ago, we've been always busy adding new processes to the solution. Some of these processes were additions to what we already had. Others were new modules, such as hospitality and pharmacy. And there's a good reason for this, because LS Central and the foundation it's built on, Microsoft Dynamics Business Central, is very good at managing these processes. This is, in essence, what business solutions like ours do. Implement business processes and store the related data. And retail is very good at generating data. Except from e-commerce and social media, there are few industries that generate as much data as retail does. But when it comes to the analysis of that data, I think there is definite room for improvement. Let me give you an example. When I go out and meet customers, I almost never get requests for reports. It used to be the case, but I almost never hear it anymore. What I hear are requests for insights. Insights into the data that retailers have been collecting for years in order to help them run their businesses more efficiently. Insights is, of course, a very generic term. It can mean a lot of things, from how will my cash flow look in Q3, or which items are not selling, or what is my customer churn, over to what is the long-term margin contribution of my different campaigns in social media, broken down by product. Now I want you to put in your long vision glasses, because what I'm about to tell you is where we will be taking LS Central in the future. I'm not necessarily outlining a change of direction, but rather a new dimension to the product. We realize that every customer is unique and has a unique set of requirements when it comes to data insights. There will be no one-size-fits-all when it comes to the analysis of data. But we still believe that there is a common set that can be shared, especially between customers within the same verticals. What we are planning to do is to build up a set of metrics that can be used to measure performance within the retail and hospitality industries. Some of these metrics will be general purpose and work across verticals. Others, such as average margin per table in hospitality and sell-through for fashion, will be more vertically specific. We will be building this on top of our LS Insight solution, which is built on Microsoft Azure, Microsoft Power BI, and Microsoft Azure AI. And in order to accelerate the uptake of this, both with our customers and our partners, we have decided to give away a free version, a foundation module that will give everyone access to insights. The foundation consists of 4 main parts: the tools and the scripts to create the data warehouse in the cloud, the data extraction layer to extract data from LS Central and move it into the cloud, the transformation layer that transforms the data into a format suitable for business intelligence, and lastly, the reports, the dashboards, and other visualizations done in Microsoft Power BI. Machine learning and advanced analytics should not only be for the select few, but for everybody. Once customers have set up their foundation module, they can use this as the stepping stone into their own journey into cloud-based analytics. By giving you the foundation, we are making you ready for our future data and intelligence products. Products that would enable you to gain better understanding of your business, resulting in a competitive edge as you create the ultimate experience for your customers. I'm looking forward to this exciting journey ahead and discussing the future with you over the next couple of days. Thank you and enjoy the conference.